Leadership means you live life by your standards, that you won't
Recording
settle
stopped.
unless you can do,
Recording
be,
in
share,
progress.
create, or give. And what makes you a leader is one skill above any other skill. The minute you decide to serve other people, you become a leader. Because it isn't about you anymore. It doesn't matter what your position is in a company or in your family. The decision to truly serve, where it's not about you, gives you an energy and a power that most people don't have. But then the second thing is there's a skill to leadership. And the most important skill of leadership is influence. If you want to know what will change your life completely more than any other skill on earth, it's influence. Now, what does influence mean? It means the ability to change the thoughts, feelings, emotions, and actions of another person for a greater good. Now, you could be a negative influence, obviously. I'm not talking about that. But who do you have to be able to influence first if you're going to really be a good influencer? Who? Yourself. Everything in your life is controlled by your ability to influence yourself and others. But it starts with you. Influence is the skill that brings you in relationship with people. But what makes you a great influencer is you're able to do it yourself, and then you're able to serve others and show them how to do it for theirs. And what I want to do today more than anything else is leave here where you know how to influence yourself. So if you don't feel like doing something, you can still get yourself to do it that fast. And the way we're going to do it is by understanding two distinctions. What influences every human being alive, number one, is the state they're in at that moment in time. The mental, emotional, physical state. Moment to moment, your life is controlled by your state. If you're in a pissed off state of mind, could you be nice and warm to people? Yes, but you won't be. If you're feeling playful and somebody says, screw you, you'll laugh. If you're feeling angry and they say, why didn't you do that? You'll be mad. So our emotions are controlled moment to moment by the state we're in. If you want to influence another person, the first thing you want to do is what all kids know how to do. Did you ever watch a kid say, I want an ice cream cone, and you say no, and 10 minutes later they're licking on one? How do they do that? They had no class on how to deal with rejection. I'll tell you what they do. They know how to put you in state. I remember one time I came home and my daughter was just turning 16, and she goes, Dad, how are you? And I'm like, something's up, right? She's being overly enthusiastic. I love her, she loves me, but this is overly enthusiastic, right? What does she want? She goes, Dad, she goes, I'm so happy to see you come home. Listen, I just wanted to ask you, would you like me to wash the car? I was like, no. Would you like me to do this? Like, no. What do you want, Joel? Could I have the keys? They know how to put you in state, don't you? Well, we have to do the same thing. Can a nice person ever be mean? Yes, when they're in a mean state. Can mean people be nice? Yes, when they're in a nice state. And then the second thing that influences people long term is what we call their blueprint, which is just a big word for we all have a set of beliefs about how we should be, about how other people should be, about how people should treat us, about how we should act, about how much money we should be earning at this stage of our life. We have a blueprint, a set of beliefs.
Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. So good to be here with you today. Thank you for hanging with us because we had a little bit of a technical issue at the very beginning, but we're on and we're ready to go. So hopefully you are ready to go too. Please let me know in the chat where you're zooming in from. We'd love to say hello. I see a lot of familiar names. Hey, Jaya. And I also see Frank. I know that your family just added an addition to your family. So congratulations. We are, we vacation together. We get to know each other. And then now I have a big family around the world. But I did see on social media, Frank, congratulations to you and your family for welcoming someone new into your family. We would like to say hello to you. So please let me know where you're zooming in from. We have people from all over the place. I've seen Vegas. I've seen New York. I've seen Arizona, Connecticut, Florida. We've got you from everywhere, North Carolina, California, Hawaii. I saw Hawaii, Kansas. Welcome, everybody. So great to have you. Clarksville, Tennessee. Good to have you. Wisconsin. Hi, Tim. Good to see you. Yes, it's so wonderful to always come together and see you guys every week here on our training. I know you get to see each other periodically throughout the week because we do have presentations, but we don't always get to see you all at one time and be able to not present to guests So now we get to train and talk to each other and teach each other how to do the business. So that's why I absolutely love this platform, because we can talk real talk and we can really help each other succeed. That's what we're here for. I'm so excited about today's lineup. We have a great lineup of speakers today. We've got Mark Smith, we've got Kenny Rossi, we've got Micaiah York, we've got Jefferson Santos. We have a lot of great information to share with you today. Oh my goodness, we have United Kingdom. Hi, Lois. Good to see you. And so, yeah, we have great speakers. Everyone is coming to the table with something fresh, something new, and something for you, most importantly. So tonight, this training, this evening is all about you sharpening your axe, getting information on how to maybe, learn the new systems in the back office, learning how to read reports, just different updates that you'll need to know as you're navigating and growing your business. So let's go. What else do I have? Is anybody excited to finally find a date of when our pre-launch begins? Because guess what? That will be uncovered on this call today. So if you're excited about that, please give us ones in the chat box. And also we have a new presentation to share with you that we're gonna have for tonight. So be sure you invite your guests to tonight's presentation. It will be amazing. We'll get more information on that a little bit later, but giving you as much time as you possibly can get to plan for that. But yes, get your guests on the call this evening, or on the Zoom, I should say, and they will be in good hands to get all the information that they will need to make a decision for themselves, whether they want to join our DreamTrips family, or they want to be a member. Either or, they'll be happy. So let's go ahead, and I think that's it for me for announcements. Let's go ahead and jump right into it and go out to our first speaker on our call today for some incredible and exciting information and updates, our CEO, Mark Smith. Go ahead and take it away, Mark. Oh, maybe Mark's not ready. Is Mark on? I should have checked that first.
I am.
Maybe he is.
You just were super fast. You were impressive, Tammy.
I stumped you, didn't I?
You stumped me. You were super fast and on fire. So you got me. All right. I appreciate you introducing me here today, and I'm excited to be on here. This is going to be an information-packed day. Kind of funny. Tammy and I are in two different parts of the world, I guess you could say. I am out here on the island of Oahu. If you notice, Micaiah and I have some of the same backgrounds. That is because we are in the same house, and Tammy is in California. She basically kicked us out so that we would go to work, right? I think that's really what it was. Hey, you boys should go to Hawaii. It was a great one. Like, hey, just go work 20 hours a day. But it's awesome. We're between us and Tammy, and the staff, and Eric and the team that's down at the home office in Dallas. Most of us we're virtual when I say home office, but we have a lot of folks that are in Dallas. We hit a lot of time zones, and we actually have someone in Malaysia. We have a team in Cyprus. So we pick up a lot of different time zones on different parts of the world. So it's working out pretty good right now. Being in the Pacific Islands, we're hitting multiple areas of the world. But it is awesome. Today's call, we're going to release the date that we're officially pre-launching. We're going to talk about some trips that we're building and loading into the portal. We're going to talk about what it takes right now. What do you need to focus on? I mean, when I say fear of loss, I actually have a fear of loss for you and for myself, realizing like, okay, we're going to officially launch this date. And I look at it like, oh my gosh, there's a lot to do by this date. And not necessarily as a company, although there's a massive amount of work on our side. It is as an individual building your travel community. And if you knew what I knew, if you understood what I understood on what's going to happen in the company, I'm going to share as much as I can today on future vision, so you can catch some of that vision and you could kind of expand your horizon, get your dream machine a little bit bigger, right? And go, okay, why do I want to act now? Why is everyone's blood pressure going up a little bit? Why is everyone's elevation of excitement going up a little bit? Why are people calling in slick? Guess you never heard of that before, right? Calling in slick is when you call in sick, but you're not really sick. Some of you are going to want to call in slick a few days, okay? Because you're going to want as many hours as possible to activate and engage in the business roadmap that we're going to give you right now, okay? There's limited time. When I say fear of loss, I really do have that. To really, in my opinion, set yourself up. And I really mean this. I've been around in this industry for now over 22 years. And just a few times in 22 years have I been in a place like this where someone explained to me, Mark, every hour that you invest right now, someone even 2 weeks from now will have to invest 50 hours to equal your 1 hour that you invest right now. Why? It's timing, right? It's just like real estate. Maybe that's a better example. When you look at real estate, you know, here where I'm at in Hawaii, you look at some of the houses, you know, some of these houses were worth $200,000 at one point that are now worth $2 million. What is that? It was the real estate, right? It was the timing of the marketplace. Well, there's something very similar happening right now here with DreamTrips. And that is when you're in a free launch, ready to go into a pre-launch, you're in that scenario where you're able to grow big before the masses really get the message. You're able to increase your community size, put yourself at a rank where you're maximizing as much potential as you can in the compensation and rewards plan before anyone really understands how the brand is launching. That's what free launch was about. Well, now it's coming to an end. So now it's kind of like some people exploded and they're like, all right, I'm ready for the active launch. I'm ready to have people sign up, sell them the membership, get them an enrollment pack, get my team going, see my volume, hit my rank, right? Others, you got a slow start and then you started to pick it up and now you're gradually growing into it, right? Others are kind of like the wait and see group. Okay, well, I'll wait and see, right? And the wait and see group is, okay, when I finally have a date, I'm really going to go for it. So there's something for everybody when you release that date. But here's what I know that's equal for everybody is there's not enough time. And I learned from someone, he's since passed a long time ago by the name of John Gardner. He was actually at one point one of the top lawyers in South Carolina. He was actually the commissioner of the highway department. And he went and become a big executive as a company I worked for. Incredible speaker. And, you know, he's the one that really taught me that, like, you know, when you have an opportunity to build kind of before the announcement, it's a stock tip before anyone heard of the stock kind of scenario, right? That perfect storm. Your hours and your time you invest is worth so much more. It'll take, I believe, going from free launch into pre-launch, it'll take someone 6 months to 2 years to the same amount of effort that some of you have accomplished in this period of time. Okay, so very, very excited about that. So here's like kind of a state of the union, giving everybody, getting you caught up to date, why you want to be excited, what's happening around the world. See, right now you're in your little backyard, your community. You know, you got 10 of your friends signed up. They got 25, who got 10, who got 15, and you got yourself a nice 180, 200, 250, 325 people in your travel community. You're kind of in that you're on the runway, right? You're in the holding pattern. Like, hey, I'm really ready to go. Well, what has happened and what is happening every single 24-hour period here at DreamTrips is amazing. I mean, when we talk about going global, we're going global. We, as just a few days ago, we're at 120 countries. So we've had people sign up during the free launch in over 120 countries. I'm sure that's much higher right now. That was just a few days ago. Every day we're seeing someone else, another country pops up on our radar. Sometimes we go to sleep here in Hawaii. We wake up, late, 4 or 5 hours later, there's a whole area of the world that's been working while we're sleeping, right? So if you're here in the U.S. side of the country, if you're in North and South America, in Canada, just think, there's people in Israel, there's people in London, there's people in Uzbekistan, there's people in Hong Kong, there's people in Russia that are all building while we're sleeping on this side. And when we wake up and they sleep, we're building on this side. And some of the people that are building on this side, their teams are growing while they're sleeping in Russia. I mean, it's pretty amazing, right, to see what's happening. So 120 countries. So sometimes we go to bed, we wake up, Bakaya and I, and we learn of an entire country that enrolled overnight and duplicated. I mean, I've never seen that in my entire business career ever, one time ever, where it's like, yeah, you might get some random person that joins from some country you never heard of. And, you're like, yeah, cool. But when you wake up in the morning and it's a country you vaguely have heard of, and all of a sudden there's 50 to 80 people, and the next morning you wake up again and now there's 300 people. That's what's happening right now all over the world. It's amazing. We're translating into as many languages as possible right now to accommodate that. But it's kind of a diminishing return scenario, because we're about to give you the date here in the suspense of the actual day that we're going into pre-launch. And we're going to launch a whole suite of new tools that we want to have translated. So that's kind of we're going to go into kind of a period of time where we cross over to our new tools. And it's amazing. In the past, 7 days, we've seen just an unbelievable amount of countries come on and duplicate and build into entire marketplaces. I mean, the entire country of Israel is lit up, and it absolutely exploded. We've got a call on Monday in Europe featuring some of the top leadership in Israel that are just exploding. Built an entire community just really in the past 7 days alone. Then over to South Africa. I'm reading up my notes here. South Africa absolutely exploding. Some of these countries are competing to be number 2, number 3, number 4 countries in the whole world. The United States is number 1 right now. We've absolutely exploded the United States. But you're seeing countries like literally Uzbekistan, Israel. You're seeing countries like, I think you'll see Russia come on and explode. South Africa is fighting hard to become very soon here number 3 or number 2 in the most enrollments, right? So we're seeing some major cool stuff happening all through Hungary, into Germany, into all the stands. I say, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, that whole area of the world, Ukraine. Really excited to see these areas of the world come on board. And now we've cracked into Asia. So we're now seeing all different countries all over Asia explode, light up like a Christmas tree, just leaders popping up. And it's interesting how this works, right? A leader gets started. They kind of feel it out. Okay, wow, this is the real thing. Like DreamTrips really is back. I like the vision. I like what I'm hearing. Whoa, your back office is real. It works. The funnels, that's what happens. And then what happens, a leader brings in 5 of their leaders, and that takes like a week. They're all checking everything out. And another 2 weeks go by, and all of a sudden those 3 or 4 leaders that kind of have felt everything out, boom, they put 100 people in like that. They're 100 duplicate, they each get 10. Now you have 1,000 in a 48-hour period. That's how we've built all the different countries around the world. So that's kind of what's happening. We are. I'm just going to give the date because I have so much information to give you here today. And for some of you, you may be like, okay, cool, that's a great timeline. For others, I think you are going to feel the pressure in the heat in a good way. Right? Because we're going to set some goals with you today. We're going to put a goal out for you, some minimum goals. Like this is the rank you want to be, because we know the sweet spot in our compensation and rewards plan. Like here's a rank everybody should shoot for. And then we're going to bring other speakers on that are going to go through different elements of like how to track your business, how to lay out that rank. In other words, you need 3 legs with the volume down, the specific volumes down, three legs that fit in your 2-team binary. If you're not someone that understands any of that because you haven't been in this type of a program before, don't worry about it. Okay, we're going to be there every step of the way. It's easy to learn over time. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to really teach you like, hey, here's how you really set your goal, and you have X amount of time to be able to get people in during the free launch so that you can activate as many as you can going into pre-launch so you can hit your goals, you can hit this rank, so you can get this bonus, you can earn this monthly residual, so you can get these weekly travel dollar bonuses that you could put towards some of the cool stuff I'm going to talk about. So that's where we're at. So we are officially announcing that we're going to cross over from free launch to pre-launch on November 7th. The reason we picked that date is to be fair to give you a full week. So if we started on a Monday, you only have a few days. Our business week closes on Thursday night at midnight Central Time. Okay, so we're giving you Friday. We don't know the exact time yet when we get closer, but that November 7th is a Friday. So that gives you 1 full pay week to be able to build to your rank to explode your one-time story, right? That first week in the business and that first 30-day story is going to be absolutely exploded, okay? Now, when I say now, for some of you that get it, right, you're like, oh my gosh, that's less than 15 days away. That's not a lot of time to learn everything, because there's a bunch of things we need to learn together now. We're going to learn more about the comp plan and how to hit the ranks, okay, and more about the product and the trips. We haven't even released the trips yet, so we're going to go through that. We're going to release an epic, unbelievable, I'm just telling you, I'm already celebrating for you because I've been to this resort. It's in Europe. It's going to be a company-sponsored incentive trip with no limit. In other words, as many people that can win it for free can win it. There's no cap on it. You're going to be able to win it. You're going to be able to earn it for free. You're going to be able to use DreamTrip points. You're going to be able to use travel points. You're going to be able to win some of it, part of it, a little bit of it, and you'll be able to pay for it if you want to. So we're going to give like 5 different ways that you can get on this trip. So sometimes what I don't like about this industry sometimes is the people that win the trips have to be absolute superstars. Like you got to work 100 hours a week and be like the number 5 person or in the top 10 people, right? So we're going to have those trips. By all means, we got people that are going to run to those kind of trips, but we're going to also have a layer of those trips, and we're going to launch on November 7th, we're going to launch a trip incentive program that's for everyone globally to compete to go on this trip, but we're going to leave room for someone that maybe they only earn half the trip, but they use travel dollars for the rest. Or maybe they earn a quarter of the trip, they use travel dollars and a little bit of cash, and they had some DreamTrips points to sprinkle on top, right? So we're going to make it very, very cool. We're going to be launching an entire 24-month calendar that I'm going to tease you on a little bit here today, because we're building a company rhythm, okay? And so these are all the things you're going to learn over the next 14 days or 15 days, in addition to building as big of a travel community, because now you don't have time. Trust me on this, the day of activation, in the first week of activation, in the first 2 weeks, is you're going to only have 14 days to activate your team. So now we're going to teach massive communication today. How do I communicate with my team? We have a new report to release to you. So how do I communicate to my team? We're going to beef up our live opportunity presentations. Okay, where do I drive my team? How do I get more people to join my community? Okay, drive guests to live presentations, right? We're going to increase the training tempo. We're going to start training more in rank and compensation plan, and just overall just training on the world of Dream Trips. And then at some point, we're going to be training on the entire portal, which will be on like a Saturday, where we're going to take like 90 minutes to 2 hours. We're going to train you everything on the Dream Trips membership, how to use the portal, all the discounts, showing all the Dream Trips. So all that's happening. So what do you think? Oh, we got 2 weeks. Yeah, we have 2 weeks to get through all the things I just talked about. And the only thing that matters, the number one thing, is to increase the size of your community, because day one, okay, on November 7th, you'll have 14 days to activate, as I've said, right? What that means is after 14 days, if someone on your team doesn't activate by buying an enrollment pack, we purge them out of the tree. In other words, we take their name and their information out of the tree. They're no longer a part of the tree, okay? So the free enrollment was just to hold your spot. Remember, it was hold your spot. Pre-enrollment is lock your spot, okay? And so just think about this. Who are going to be the people that make the most money? The people that have the most people during free launch. Why? They have the most people that can activate. Who are the people that are going to hit the highest ranks? The people who went out and put the most people in their community during free launch. Why? They have the best chances of activating, the most people. Who are going to get the biggest one-time rank bonuses? I mean, there's going to be people that get, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 rank bonus. I wouldn't be surprised in their first month at this rate. Who are going to be those people? The people that put the most people in their community during free launch. Free launch is the ability with no resistance to go put people in the tree. Like no resistance, no credit card, no bank account information, right? You don't even have to put your social security number in. It's like, hey, check out my funnel, go through the 3 videos. Are you in? Man, I am in. Let's do this. It's free to join. Let's get as many people structured during free launch as possible, because for every 100 people in your team during free launch, a percentage of them are going to activate. Is it 10%, 20%, 30%, 50%? I think a safe number is 30%. If you're sitting here right now and you're like, I got 100 people on my team, you don't have 100 people that are going to activate. You have 100 people that chose a button for free, right? So out of that 100, can you get 10, 20, 30, 40 of them to activate? Because like if you have 100 and you had 40 activate, and you do 40 times 400, which is the CV in our founders pack. Okay, that's significant amount of volume. You're ranking, you're getting travel dollars, you're probably winning a trip. And that's the other thing. I want to just put it all together here today. I'm kind of leaking some information out as I do this. Look at this. I just had a report blow down my desk. It's one of our battle boards, so your name might be on it. So think about this. In building a big travel community in the free launch, when you activate, so the best chances of winning the company incentive trip is going to be by the people that have the biggest community in day one, because some people will probably get close to winning the trip in the first 90 days of the promotion. It's going to be a 6-month promotion. Some people will probably win it, believe it or not, in their first month or second month because of what they did now. When we say an hour invested now is like 50 hours later, that's what we mean. So all the time you're putting in now, and it's not too late. I mean, you have 15 days. It's not 3 months or 4 months like some people probably wish they had. It's 15 days. It's not too late. Some people on here in 15 days built a team of 1,000 people. 10 who got 10, who got 10, who got 10. They have 1,000 people. So add another 1,000. For those of you that don't have 1,000, have that kind of mindset. For those of you that have a few, shoot for 100. Take that 100 and then shoot for 1,000. 100 getting 10 is 1,000, right? So we really have to look at these numbers because there's no resistance. It's free. Okay. I'm going to rapid fire through some of this additional information now that you know the date. Okay. We have been working on epic trips around the world. Keep in mind, we're only going into pre-launch, and we're already going to have our portal stacked with trips. Of course, we're going to be adding trips on a weekly basis. Believe it or not, some of our pace will outpace the amount of members that probably even need the trips. That's how many trips will come into the portal over time. Okay. But in launching, we're going to launch a company roadmap. So our roadmap is the cruise this June. Then we're going to round the corner and we're going to be adding a winter getaway to Mexico. We're going to be adding a supercar Las Vegas trip, somewhere around maybe March timeframe. We're going to be adding a Bourbon Street, Louisiana killer private tour and parade, just party. Okay, that's going to be cool. We're going to be adding a Mother's Day getaway, most likely to the Gaylord Opryland in Tennessee. We're working on either a spa in a brunch or we're going to do Dollywood. We're figuring out what we're doing in there at this point. We're going to then, towards the end of March, going to be somewhere maybe in the place called Rome. We're going to do a European event where all of our folks over in Middle East, Africa, and Europe, we're going to be inviting you to a special event somewhere near the city of Rome. And myself and Tammy and Jefferson and Micaiah, I know Kenny, Jojo, we're going to have a lot of global leaders that are going to be flying in for that event. That's going to be an off-the-charts training event. So once again, we don't do boring training events. Our training events, it's a dream trip in somewhere near a city called Rome, and there'll be a training there, right? And then on the June 25th will be actually the company's trip that we're all doing together. That's the incentive trip. So everybody that won the trip or purchased the trip will be heading to somewhere in a destination in Europe for a company incentive trip. And mixed all in there, okay, there is Jordan, there's Egypt, there's Morocco, there's skiing, there's Dubai. I mean, there's all kinds of, there's the fives in Playa del Carmen. Okay, these are all sprinkled through the year. But as we come out of the summer, we have nailed down the Bren Castle in Romania for Halloween for a Dream Trips. You should be here, Halloween party at the Bren Castle in the real Transylvania, Romania. They do a Count Dracula wedding every Halloween night at midnight. We're going to be there. Dream Trips has sent thousands of people on this trip, and we got it back. Elon Musk actually rented this entire trip, did a private session there probably 4 or 5 years ago. I'm in. I'm just on that trip. If you're on that trip, pop it in the chat. So these are some of the epic experiences that are coming. I'm not even talking about the 2 founders trips that we're working on right now. Obviously, our first founders trip will be somewhere like month 18 or something, and maybe 4 months later will be founders trip number 2, and then we'll be adding founders trips in pockets all around the world. So those are being played out right now. So I'm just seeing if there's any other trips. Okay, so these are, I'm not going to give out too many secrets, but I'm giving you, I just gave you an idea of what we're doing all around the world. So in my part, we're talking about the cruise. The cruise went very, very quickly. A lot of the cruise categories went very quickly. We now have over 200 people that are going to be on our first ever recognition cruise, right? It's not only the 20th anniversary of the Dream Trips brand, but it's the first physical event with all of you that have hit these different ranks and built massive travel communities. And we're going to be able to do, we have a incredible training facility reserved on the cruise ship. And so what Tammy has done, and we'll put the cruise flyer up towards the end with the links and how to deal with it, is we right now can sell what is left. Okay, so at any time the cruise ship can say stop, and at any time the price can go up. So what we have right now is the ability to sell out as much as we can of the inventory. So it's kind of first come, first serve. Whole categories are gone. Like maybe you wanted the cheapest room, inner cabin, like some of those are actually gone, or you wanted a specific balcony midship. Some of those categories are gone. So if you're waiting, it is not the time to wait. Definitely get on the cruise. And you got to be thinking about as far as that cruise is when you get on a company trip is when you realize, dang it, I didn't promote it big enough. It's every single event I've ever gone to in my business. I'm like, man, I could have promoted better. We're just letting you know the cruise will be that ignition point. It's January. It's the first event together in the new brand, new company, or relaunching Dream Trips as a brand. And that's important because that group is going to have an edge. Like the free launch group has an edge. I believe that the launch group, because we're launching the company. We're going from pre-launch to launch from that cruise. So it is going to be epic. We're getting all of our new content. We're going to be interviewing people. We're going to be running a live podcast from there. We're going to be doing testimonials professionally shot and edited on the cruise so we can put you in our content streams. So major, major things. Last but not least, and I'll hand this back to you, Tammy, is we are launching an entirely overhauled back office. So I love our back office. It is glitch-free. Everything is working. It's incredible reporting. But we are literally taking it even to another level. So upon November 7th, and we'll train you beforehand, okay, we're going to be launching an enhanced back office. And it all leads us to this reason. The rank to be, I'm going to leave you with this and hand it back to Tammy. The rank to be is the 10K rank, okay? The 10K rank. Why is that important? Because that's where you're going to see a bigger increase in weekly travel dollars. It's where you're going to see a bigger increase in weekly rank maintenance. It's where we're going to unlock a special back office. So when you hit the rank of 10K, we're going to unlock a separate back office with additional gauges and tracking capabilities. And it's going to open up what's called 10K Academy, which at first is going to be virtual. Eventually, it's going to be in person at these locations all around the world. You'll have to be a 10K and qualify in order to be able to purchase one of these 10K academies. And you're going to get training and special mentorship from the company executives. We're going to be tracking your business. We have special 10K and above seminars virtually where we're teaching you how to really explode this type of business. So this is going to go to a whole nother level. It is here. We've been waiting a long time to kind of dump all this information and we pull it back together. Sleeping on this thing, sitting on this thing, waiting on this thing, paralysis through analyzing, doing this thing is not what to do. We're giving you this information for you to see, oh my goodness, these guys are really ready. This thing is really going to explode. It's the only reason we're sharing the info, because some people slow down when they get info. We're only sharing it so you understand, hey, we haven't been sitting on our tail behind the scenes. We're building. The trip team is building. The tech team is building. The comp plan team is building. The promotions and incentive team is building. The branding team is building. Launching an entirely new DreamTrips.com website as part of this pre-launch. Okay, and so now is grow. The rest of this call is about grow. So with that, Tammy, I want to throw the call back to you.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Mark. And you sent us off with some marching orders. We need to get ourselves into gear, make sure we activate as many people as we can before that November 7th date. So very excited about that information. I do want to share a slide with you before I bring on our next speaker, because you got to make sure you're plugged in, right? You need to duplicate yourself. And so if you're planning on growing big here, you're going to need to implement all of the different things that we have in place. And I don't know why I'm not showing in presentation mode, but that's okay. You got the point. Be sure that yourself and everyone that you have enrolled are linked in to our Telegram channel. This is where we share all the information. So, you may have a job. That's probably highly likely you have a regular job at 8 to 5 and you're busy. But you still want to grow this business and maybe work yourself out of a job. I don't know. Everyone has their own goals here. However, if you plug everyone into the system, such as this is an easy system to duplicate. It will be easy and hands-off for you. Yes, we still want to make those outbound calls and remind people about different opportunity presentations that are happening, or different training calls such as this one that are happening, or a Dream Trip Academy is happening on a Saturday. You want to let your team know. However, if you can't get to your whole team, you can rely on this system, which this is the system. This is going to send everybody a friendly reminder about things that are coming up, different announcements, different cutoff dates that are coming up. So plug your team into this, plug yourself into this, and rely on the system. But again, it's not a foolproof thing where it's like, oh, okay, that's going to do everything for me. No, that's something to help you as you grow and duplicate and build your business. So now, because we're kind of in that tune of making sure that we duplicate ourselves, I want to bring on our next speaker who is going to talk about how to drive your team, how to duplicate your efforts, duplicate your team. You know, we all start with one, right? But we want that one to grow to 2, to 4, to, you know, on from there. You want to grow a team as big as you can. We want to give you every tool possible to make that happen. So this individual is someone that's been in the industry for over 25 years. He has definitely proven himself in this industry. He's a 7-figure earner in this industry. There aren't many 7-figure earners in this industry, and he is one of them. Not only that for himself, but he has helped so many people earn 6 figures within his team to grow and build themselves, and also have that luxury of freedom, that lifestyle freedom for themselves. So, you know, I think this gentleman is someone that you definitely need to pay attention to and listen to. He is a very proud husband, dad, and papa. And we are so honored to work alongside him and actually learn from him. Grab your pens, grab your paper, and take some notes. If you're driving, do this later. Come back and listen to this. But I'd like to go ahead and pass it over to Kenny Rossi. Go ahead and take it away, Kenny.
Thank you, Tammy. And, you know, proud, all of it, but Papa, man, I'm just telling you, when she says Papa, the world stops for me. Some of you met Halo. With that, that was mind-blowing what Mark's going over, guys. There is nothing out there in the industry better than this. I'm telling you, did you just hear our year? And if you work your butt off, you can go on all those things with travel dollars. You can go on all of them. I mean, there is nothing like this. We are so blessed. I'm going to take 1 minute here. I know I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to take 1 minute here and tell you, we've got the best owners in the history of the, I'm just going to say it right now. We are so lucky to have owners that understand the game, that have been at the top. To have these 2 choices in Jefferson and Micaiah to help run the company, it could not be better. To have the first ever Dream Trip member, to have the heart and soul of our team with Prince, Micaiah. I'm telling you guys, I've worked around a lot of great people, nothing better. And we're just getting started. We're taking hits left and right and this and that, trying to get this thing off the ground, get it rolling. And I'm telling you, they're just mowing it down. We are so blessed. So with that, here you are. We don't even know the full comp plan yet. We just found out it's the 7th when it starts. Some of you are sitting there saying, man, I can't wait. Jesus, it's been so long, right? Some of you go, man, 14 more days. That's not the way to look at it. The way to look at it is, oh my gosh, I only have 14 days. Because I'm telling you this right now, what you do in these 14 days can change the course of your life. Whatever you did before, forget about it. And I'm going to tell you what to focus on right here, right now. You don't need to know numbers as far as what the comp plan, this, that, what bonus, all the things that some people are waiting for. This is what I'd like for you to do. First and foremost, whether you've enrolled 2 people or 500 people. Yes, there's people on this Zoom that have enrolled 500 people. I've personally enrolled over 150. Okay. And there's been plenty more than that have told me no, that haven't answered the phone, that tell me they love me and still don't call me back. It happens to all of us. It just happens to us more. So whether you've enrolled 2 or 10 or 500, what I want you to do immediately is call them and find out if they are getting our founders membership. It's vitally important. If they are not, I want you to fight to find out why. That's step 1. Those are worth 400 points. Now, we've seen the graph. We don't know the exact payment, but we know there's 1K, there's a 25, there's a 5K, there's a 10K, a 25K, a 50K, a 100K, a 250K, a 500K, right? We know that those are the marks. So you know every person that you help and guide into this unbelievable opportunity to get a dream trip a year the rest of their life, that's 400 points. So that's goal number 1. There's going to be 3 goals here. That's goal number 1. Now, if they fall back to other things, it's fine, but don't give up. Get them into as many events as you can over the next 14 days to see if you can't raise that number. That's number 1. Number 2, of those people that are getting that founders membership, how many of them are going for their 4 and pay no more? You see, because when that happens, you're turning a 400-point order into a 2,000-point order. Meaning when that one person you enrolled goes and does the same thing you should be shooting for, they're going to go get 4 people. So on day 1, imagine if you help one of your teammates get their 4 and pay no more, that's 2,000 points. You are almost halfway to 5K. Now, the next thing to focus on is 10K. It should be who is getting their founders membership, who is working towards a 4 and pay no more, and who is going 10K. Those are the 3 marks. Why? There's fallback positions at each, right? Because that's going to happen. You're going to have some people that are going to go for it and come up short. Oh, darn, they hit 5K, right? That's still going to be awesome. But we want as many as our teammates moving towards that 10K mark as possible. So lastly, just because they said they were going to do it, just because they were going to get the founders membership a week ago, you have got to continue to lock that in. And when you've locked it in, even more, get them thinking this: I might not even have to pay a penny for it. Everyone's going to have to pay their $5.99, okay, for that membership. But if they enroll 4 people, they'll be earning $600 back in short order. And then their next month will be free. So those are the goals to set. Sit down with the list of people you enrolled. Start there. Talk to them about their list they've enrolled. Find the people that are going for their 4 and pay no more. Find the ones that are going for 10K. And then what will happen is you'll have a starting point to where you can go after your goal, and then use these 14 days to double that, to triple that, to quadruple that, to set your life into a place where most people could only dream of. And that's going to be this first year. And our 20-year anniversary cruise is going to be out of this world. And you heard Mark, we could still fill it up. I want you to try and get every member you've got on your team on that cruise. Trust me, anybody that goes on a dream trip, you double their belief in this business in a second, possibly triple, quadruple. So that's all I have for you today. Back over to you, Tammy.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much. Simply put, love that training, love the information. And yes, as Kenny had said, the cruise, yes, we did have a cutoff date. Of course, we always have to. And everyone that got in, they're guaranteed their rooms. We are still taking reservations. Fill out that form, of your interest form requesting to be on the cruise. We will send you a payment link. Pay that link. We on the daily. We are actually going to the cruise company saying, hey, do you have this room, that room, this room, that room? Do you have 5 of these rooms or cabins, I guess? And they're telling us, yes or no. But so far, so good. So everyone that has requested or that has paid and requested, everything's good. So, you're going to come on the cruise with us, but keep them coming is my point. So thank you, Kenny, bringing that up again. So just want to let everyone know, don't cease promoting it. Still promote it to your team. Let them know that we're still accepting those. Keep them coming. Now, one more thing I want to do before I jump in, bring on our next speaker, is to remind you of this training that happens. Now, I know a lot of you are duplicating your efforts like Kenny just talked about. And you might be growing a business maybe in, over the pond, over there in Europe or Asia, Middle East, anywhere else beyond, the Americas, I should say. Now, this call happens every single week, Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific, which is 6 p.m. Central. Europe, Asia, and Middle East, we lump that call every Monday, which is at 7 p.m. Central European time. So notice the CET. A lot of people kind of miss that. We're used to CST in the United States and Canada, but it's at 7 p.m. Central European time every Monday. Now, as an American, if you're already plugged into this one, you really don't need to plug into both unless you have team that are going to be plugging into that. If you're promoting your team to get on that call and you have the time for it, plug into that. It's going to be the same information that we share on this call. But I always think it's nice to plug in with your team, with your organization, alongside them so you can hear what they're hearing and, be jazzed and excited with them, especially to see their comments in the chats and know what's going on really in that area. So definitely plug in and I want you to know and differentiate between the two, the North America call and the Europe, Asia, and Middle East call, just because some people just feel like they have to be on all of the calls. We'd love to have you on all the calls, but be on there for a reason. Like I say, for the opportunity presentations, go on there all the time, whether you have a guest or not, because you're learning. You're learning the presentation. Maybe you never have a desire to do the presentation. That's okay. You don't have to have that desire. That's why we have other people to do it for you. It's called leverage, right? But it's good for you because it helps build your stories. That gives you testimonials to share as you're sharing your business day to day. You're able to say, oh, actually I heard this, I know this person. You don't have to know them, but you know their story. They went on this trip to, wherever, and it was like their family vacation and it was great and it brought their family close together, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, definitely continue to plug in, but that's a way to duplicate your efforts and to plug in your team wherever they are. Meet them where they're at. So let's go out to our next speaker. And I'm excited about this one because we have a new report that just launched. And there's no one better to share how to utilize that new report than our Chief Growth Officer and co-founder, Micaiah York. So go ahead and take it away, Micaiah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Tammy. What's up, everybody in the chat? Hey, let's throw some fire emojis. Are y'all excited? I mean, is this not exciting? We got some exciting things happening. Mark, our CEO, was just painting the picture of the vision of where we are going, where we are at. And man, we're just so blessed. And there's so many incredible things. I'm gonna fly through my section here, so we can bring on the man himself, Mr. Jefferson Santos. But I do want to just come on and share with you a brand new report. One thing that we are always going to do is provide you with the tools you need necessary to grow and to go fast. And so how can you get to the people that Kenny was just talking about? I'm going to share that with you, but I just want to encourage you. Communication is key. As a leader, and I want to speak to you as a leader, even if you're brand new here today, or even if you only have one or two people on your team, I want to speak to you in a way as if you are leadership role. Oh, I think my headset just died. So because
Micaiah, you may need to jump on Mark's computer because you're breaking up and freezing.
See, that have never been that in. Okay, on once. Am I still breaking up a lot, Tammy?
Yeah, I would probably go to Mark's iPad.
Okay, Mark's. Okay,
keep going.
I'm gonna keep going for 5
It looks good right now. Looks good right now.
We're good? Okay, cool. So I want you to think about, what has happened in just the last 3 weeks, which is big. I mean, there's been thousands and thousands of people that have partnered with DreamTrips in just the last 3 weeks. We have less than 15 days. And I want you to think, right now it's halftime. Right now it's time to dig the cleats in the ground and remind yourself of the reason why you got started. What is your motivation? I had an incredible opportunity today to speak to Courtney Young. I think she's on here. Courtney, we had an incredible conversation. And I asked her, I said, Courtney, what's the most important thing in your life right now? What got you excited? And of course, she shared, she's excited because she wants to travel. She's excited because she wants to create new memories and new experiences. And I won't take her whole story because we'll have her on here shortly. But she said, listen, my mother shared this with me many, many years ago. And her mom loved DreamTrips. She wanted her to travel around the world, and bless her heart, she recently had passed. And Courtney is sitting here thinking, man, she wants to go for it. She wants to create financial stability for her family and to continue on something that her mom loved, and that she now loves. And so I only bring this up because understanding what it is in it for you. What is your motivation? What is your desire? What are your big dreams? And I want you to bring those dreams back to life and to think about them, because that is the fuel inside of your tank. When I first got started in this industry, I was motivated because I grew up with a single mom, and I wanted to be able to build something that could help the entire family. And so what is the most important thing in your life? I want you to ask yourself that question. And whatever the answer is, let's dig our cleats in the sand, into the dirt, and let's position ourselves the next 14 days to go and do something that you have never done before. And so we are sitting in an extremely exciting time. I'm going to fly through just a couple of slides to help you find the gold in your organization. And so for everybody, your login, you'll go to DreamTripsLaunch.com. On the top right-hand corner, you'll go ahead and click login. You'll put in your credentials. This is going to be the first slide that you will see. And so just keep in mind that first link where you see the red arrow, that is the reason why thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people have joined Dream Trips, is because they are simply sending out that link. This is the funnel link. And again, you don't want to just blast this link to everybody. Start by asking people and letting people know why you thought of them. Hey, I thought of you because of this reason. If I sent you a link, would you take a look at it? And get that link out to as many people as you possibly can. This allows somebody who's never been in this industry before the ability to duplicate, the ability to share with one and turn that one into 4, into 10, into 50, into 100. And so don't underestimate the power of the system. I also don't want you to underestimate what you can do in 15 days or less. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year, and they underestimate what you could do in just 2 weeks. Lastly, over here on this slide, we are open in about 15 different languages. Okay, so we have languages in almost every culture that you need right now to build. We're going to continue to add languages, but if you click that top icon in the top right-hand corner, you'll see your initials with a drop-down box. And when you change the language, it'll change the language of the link so you can send it to the appropriate audience based off of the language that they speak. So just keep in mind, if I have somebody in Mexico and I want to send them the link in Spanish, I'll send them the link. But if I have somebody who I need to send it to in English, I'll have to come back here, change it in English, and then send it out again. And so just know that these tools are available for you. And so real quick, when you go ahead and you click on back office, okay, you can see that on the left-hand side, it's going to bring you into your back office. Now, I want to show you a new report that was just announced. And for some of you, you're going to spend a lot of time in this report. For others of you, you may only spend 10, 15 minutes in this report simply because your organization just isn't big enough yet to spend a lot of time here. But for a lot of you, for some of you who have 10, 15, 20, 50, thousands of people on your team, this is how you'll be able to touch everyone. On the left-hand side there, you'll see where it says report. And then right there in the middle, it's going to say simple downline report. You're simply going to click on that report and it's going to pull up all of your personal enrollments. Now, I love this because this gives you the opportunity to communicate. Remember when Kenny was talking about calling throughout your organization and, asking them what's most important for you? What is your goal? Are you planning on getting a founder's pack? You're going to be able to download this report. And on this report, it tells you everything you need to know. It's going to tell them their name. It's going to tell you when they enrolled. It's going to tell you how many people they personally recruited. It's going to tell you their country. And then on the top right-hand corner, you'll be able to click download. And when you download that report, you'll actually have the ability to sort it from highest recruiter to lowest recruiter. Or maybe you want to sort it from chronological order by country. And this gives you the ability to drive through your organization. Now, again, I want to make a point that for some of you, that may be only 10, 15 minutes that you're going to spend in there simply because your team just isn't at the degree where you can spend an hour in there and calling. So for those of you who have 10 or less people in there, your mindset is thinking just what Kenny spoke on. Have I gotten my 4? If I've already gotten my 4, how can you go get 4 more? Go run to get to 20 recruits. Go run to get to 50 recruits. If you're feeling standstill, it's probably just because you're speaking to the same people. The best way to create momentum in your organization is to go speak to 10 new people. The best way to motivate your group right now is to go sign up 10 new people. There's nothing that 5 new to 10 new recruits can't do to transform your entire business. And so I just love this. That is now active and available for everyone. And so, listen, we're fired up here. We got 14 days to close this thing strong. It is the law of inertia. Anybody know what the law of inertia is? It is a object still will remain still, but an object in motion remains in motion. This is how momentum kicks in. Yes, you have a goal, and yes, you set a goal, but you focus on the activity. You focus on what you can control. And when you focus on what you can control, results will show up. And when you focus on the activity, it becomes a game. It becomes fun. It's not as hard to get negative and to get sidetracked, because you know, if I go show 10 people, I'm going to get 1 to enroll. So if you know you show 10 and you get 1, go talk to 30, go talk to 60. And what happens is, through that process, you get better. And that 10 turns into 2, that 10 turns into 3, that 10 turns into 5, and your ratio begins to get better. And so I want to leave you with this: remain in motion. Stay in motion. Give yourself a chance to create momentum. What you do today matters, and we're always running alongside you. So thank you for the speakers here. And Tammy, I'll throw it back over to you.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. I can see so many of you are so excited, and we understand why. It's a very exciting time. There's a lot of information. One more announcement for you for tonight before I bring on our final speaker for this evening. And that is about our daily live presentations. How are you going to duplicate yourself? How are you going to invite more people to join your pre-launch team? This is how you're going to do it. You're going to plug into our presentations. Well, guess what? We have a brand new presentation. It's going to be done for the first time this evening. Micaiah York will be our speaker, but just get the layout of our schedule. When do we do our presentations? These are all based on Central Standard Time, Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m., Friday at noon, Saturday mornings, afternoon, or well, evening, 11 a.m. Central, 6 p.m. Central European Time, or 7 p.m. Israel. Sorry, that just listed all of the times for that location. And then Sundays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So be sure to plug in. But like I said, tonight, it will be Micaiah York, and he'll be doing that presentation. Invite all your guests. You will be so glad that you did. People will get all the information about our product, about our opportunity. And yeah, it's just a next step of what you plug into to help grow your base. So now what I want to do is go ahead and take all this information. It was a lot of announcements, a lot of exciting things. And you're probably just like, oh my gosh, where do I go? Yes, I keep seeing jacked. Oh my goodness, where do I go from here? We have the most perfect person to kind of put everything together, wrap it in a bow, and send you off on your way. So I'm excited about these next action steps, and this is going to be delivered to you by our co-founder and Chief Visionary Officer, Jefferson Santos. Go ahead and take it away, Jefferson.
Thanks, Tammy. Appreciate such a great job tonight, as well as everybody else. Kenny, Micaiah, Mark, always sticking the landing. Guys, here's the thing. You know, Micaiah talked about motion, and I have a quote here. It says, "Patience becomes irritable when you stop the motion." We've all been on an airplane before. We're in the seat. We're about to take off, and there's a delay. Like, our energy is motion. Our energy is forward, and you don't want to stop that. Okay, there's something else I want you to write down. Expose, involve, and upgrade. Expose, involve, and upgrade. You expose people to our travel community, to the funnel, to the videos, to this webinar, the one that we're going to do here in about an hour, right? Then we get them enrolled and we involve them. What does that mean? That means use the reports, contact people on your team, remind them about what's happening, right? Don't just rely on Telegram. Don't just rely on them remembering, right? You've got to move them along, right? You're the captain, you're the CEO of your business. Okay, so expose, involve. So it's always involving them, right? Getting them to be part of it, and then they upgrade. They upgrade their belief to where they're like, you know what? They don't have to remind me anymore. I'm going on every single night, like my buddy Isaac over there in Central America. Nobody had to remind him. He's been on the Zooms for 2 weeks, and he's been building a team. I mean, it's stuff like that. People, when it's time for November 6th midnight, and it turns the clock to November 7th, guess what? It's time to upgrade. Expose, involve, and upgrade. We're always doing that in our business. We're always doing that in our life, right? We're always up-leveling ourselves. And so I think one of the key things every day when you wake up and every day that we build this business is summon the best of who you are every single day. Take the best, take your A game, put your A game hat on. Somebody needs your A game. Your team does, your family does, we do, right? You got to focus on that. Some of the best of who you are every single day. All right. So what I want to do real quick here is I want to show these numbers, and I like to show numbers. And by the way, we are finalizing the comp plan numbers. There's some of you that are waiting for the travel dollars. Don't worry about it. They're going to be here. If you get to 10K, a lot of you are going to be able to take a dream trip every 4 months, in addition to all the other trips. Okay. There's some major money we're putting in the middle class ranks. So you're gonna fight like crazy to get there. And when you get there, it is solid. Okay, it's solid. It's part-time income, and then it's quickly into full-time income. And we've designed that specifically because we want to get you on as many trips as possible, right? But I want to show you these numbers because this is like your blueprint. This is like your picture of six-pack abs, on the refrigerator. If you're trying to get in shape, put a picture of six-pack abs over there on the refrigerator to remind you of what to eat or what not to eat, right? And so this is just a hypothetical of the founders packs. Okay, you put 2 left, 2 right, you make your money back, right? And then you help everybody else get their 2 left, 2 right. Help them get their 4. That starts to duplicate. Now, the second row, you're not getting your fast start bonus. So that's why it went down a little bit. But look what happens, okay? Everybody's getting their 4. It's duplicating. Some of you have already beat these numbers. There are some of you on this call right now that you literally already have these numbers, okay? It's just a matter of going way past that. Run through the finish line, not to the finish line. Run through the finish line. Same with every one of you on here. Okay, whatever your number is, I want you to 10x it. Because what's going to happen over the next 14 days is 14 days is going to come and it's going to go. It's going to be gone. And you're not going to have a chance to ever have a free sign up ever again. Okay, we have 14 days. That's it. And then tomorrow it's going to be 13 days, and it's going to tick faster and faster and faster. And somebody on your team is going to wish they had another week, or they wish they had another day. But if it's us that make the extra call, it's us that make the extra text, it's us that does the extra webinar to help you go a little bit farther faster. And so Mark talked about the new trips coming out. We got lots of trips we're going to be launching with, okay, throughout the next 24 months. Okay. He talked about new back office. We've got so many things. We've got an incredible video team out of Spain that is crushing the new videos that we're creating right now. Okay, we have videos for free launch, and now we're going to have videos for pre-launch. Okay, when that upgrade comes on, we're going to have a whole new set of videos for you. So we're thinking about you because we want to give you the best foot forward. We want you to be able to move this thing as fast as possible and to 10x your team. So right now, we have a very short window right now, 14 days. Okay, it's going to come, it's going to go. And it's about what you're going to do. Summon the best of who you are. Expose, involve, and upgrade. Tell people about the next Zoom coming out. These new slides, I just saw them today. Amazing. Okay, they look similar to the ones you've seen, but there's some new ones in there that you're going to want to get your hands on. We're going to make sure you guys get your hands on it as well. But it's going to be nothing short of amazing. And so I'm looking forward to helping each and every one of you get your 4 explode. All right. So what I want you to do real quick before we wrap this thing up, I want you to jump in the chat, give a bunch of hearts to Tammy and Mark because they have been working tirelessly. Okay, also to Micaiah, and then we've got JoJo and Kenny and all their teams, and Johnny and Jay and Dwayne and Gary, and there's so many people out there. Just put some hearts in the chat because everybody's been working hard, and I know that you've been working hard because you know that you've been working hard. And those of you that I'll leave you with this: everything you've done up until this point. I shared this yesterday on the leadership call. Everything you've done up until this point has been research and development. It's prepared you for such a time as this. All you have to do is take all the wisdom, all the effort, all the knowledge of what you've been doing until now and invest it in the next 14 days. Don't look at 3 weeks from now. Don't look at Christmas. Listen, focus on the next 14 days. When you do this, you will have an amazing holiday season. You'll have an amazing Christmas time. Okay, or holiday time, whatever you celebrate, right? And you're going to have an amazing new year in the next decade with all of us as we celebrate to create, as we celebrate our 20-year cruise anniversary, our launch. We're launching the company on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean, okay, on our 20-year anniversary. We only get to do it once, and we want to see you with us. So book that cruise. I'll see you on the webinar here in less than an hour with Micaiah. It's going to be amazing with these slides. Load it up. Get 5 more people, 10 more people on the webinar, and we'll see you guys tonight here in just a little bit. We appreciate each and every one of you. Take care, and God bless.